In my last video, I shared with you the recipe and the feedback from the judges for my foreign extra stout. In this video, we've got the grain to glass. Cheers.
Daft Cat Brewing for beer. Brewing and event videos.
So today I'm brewing a foreign extra stout. It's a dark beer, so I'm not too worried about the water. My water here is good for dark beers. If I was brewing a pale beer or a Pilsner, then yes, I'll treat it. But because it's a dark beer, I'm not too worried about using the aero system for the water. This time we're looking for 30 litres of water. And then we'll get it on and heating up. There we go, that's close enough. Once I got about 10 litres in there, I put the element on. As you can see, it's starting to heat up already. We got our water. Now just wait for it to get up to temperature so we can mash in. Malt piping ready so that can get up to temperature at the same time. Whilst we're waiting on the temperature, I routinely get asked what settings I use nowadays. Many years ago I did a video where I did full power steps followed by low power for the mash, then full power so it got up to temperature quicker, and then and so on throughout the process. So we'd have full power, then a lower power for the actual step. I don't do that anymore. It goes on to 3 kilowatts for all stages apart from the boil, and then the boil I turn it down to about 2.4. That's plenty to get a really active boil in this sort of volume. If you're filling it right up to the top, then you might want to use 3 kilowatt for the boil as well. And we're done. Let's get mashed in. As you can see, a lot of water in here. We're doing full volume, as in brewing a bag style. Depending how it comes out, I may do a small spurge. If I do, I'll give it a longer boil. But at the moment I'm not intending to. But I let the beer tell me what it needs. First bag in. Let's get that all mixed in. And then we've got a small bag then to get in, which has got kiln malts, oats. So that was literally 5 kilos of Thomas Fawcett Marisotta, and that was all that was in that bag. This one, a bit more to it. 227 of extra dark crystal, 227 of extra light crystal, 286 of crisp chocolate, 440 of Thomas Fawcett Marisotta, 450 of flaked barley and 450 of roasted barley. So get it in and then stir it. The smells are amazing. Even just from this, I'm getting coffee, chocolate. Now for what is by far the hardest bit of this. Get this over that without shoving that down. Okay. Again, we're going in with grain feather overflow filter, which doesn't fit over that. I mean, technically this top nut isn't even needed, but there we go. Get our pipe. Just a small length of pipe so that it doesn't splash straight in the water. We want to try and stop it channeling. Fortunately, that's shoving it down a bit too far one side. It'll do though. Shut that down. Press auto, turn the pump on. Get the recirc going. That'll settle down a bit more once the mash gets on, but for now we're going great guns. Looks like I managed to miss a tiny bit of malt down the back, so I'm going to go and clean that up. So that's the mash over, malt pipe lifted up, just waiting for it to drain out now. So just came up to 90 degrees. And where are we? 30 line, 20. I always get this wrong. What's the graduation? Yeah, so that line underneath 30 is 2.5. So more or less on 25 going into the boil. As you'll see, even when we turn the power down to 2400, that's a very vigorous boil, and it could probably do with coming down even more. Right, 28 grams Northern Brewer. Time for the next hop addition. 28 grams Cascade. Pad and handheld camera. I'm just using the tripod for another video at the moment. That's it until 1 minute, so see you in half an hour. What I'm going to have to do this time is something a little bit different to what I normally do. I'm going to have to pump out into the fermenter and chill in the fermenter. This cooling coil isn't great for doing small batches in the 50 litre machines because it just doesn't reach down far enough to get into the liquid. As you can see, sort of the entire coil would be above the liquid level, so I can't chill in there. There we go. Note the water isn't flowing through the inside yet. I need the heat to sterilise the chilling coil. That's the yeast nutrient gone in, and the anti-foam, the hop based anti-foam. trying that for the first time. Let's get the water flowing and get it down to temperature. And that was it. Beer went into a plastic fermenter. Life got in the way. It stayed there for about 5 weeks before it went into bottle. The competition called for plastic bottles, so it went into plastic bottles and got sent off, and what was left then went in a keg and came out lovely. So there's a lot of roast malt there, a little bit of sweetness. If you want a full description of it, have a look at the last video. The judges have done full descriptions of the beer that you can see. But for my first time brewing a foreign extra stout, scoring between 38 and 45 out of 50, I am very happy with this beer. If you do end up brewing it yourself, let me know how it comes out for you. Catch you on the next one.
Remember to hit that like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching Daft Cat Brewing.